Good evening, everyone. This is Rodney with the Triton Wave Market Outlook for Monday, October 17th, 2016. And this is brought to you by Triton Wave Consulting. Triton Waves are early warning market timing indicators used in all time frames and all markets worldwide. All right, let's take a look at the 30-year bond, ZB space pound F, on E-signal. So it came up and hit this 55 EMA after the 21 and the 55 crossed to the downside, and I got a signal here on the smaller time frame chart, which I've shown you on other videos, and played the bounce here on a crossover with the Triton waves to the upside and then across to the downside. I'll show you that in a lower time frame chart. Target is still 161.17 here, and it's zigzagging down. I'll show you a smaller time frame chart right in here. Let's see if we can make some trades in here, and you subscribers will be notified immediately. So, little bit smaller time frame chart. This is the 21-minute chart. You can see, you can look in the bottom of the chart down here for the dates. It's 9:15. This road up here, nice clear break to the upside on the wave, on the first wave here. It happened at 8:30 at night, but the alerts go out 24 hours a day. And that was a nice move of 165 up to 169. Another alert to cover right here. Since it was bouncing, got to wait for the bounce and see like the second wave down here when that crosses, just to be on the safe side. You don't want this to come back up here and start taking off to the upside, so you have to wait for a confirmation wave down here, and you can wait for further confirmations here and here, but it's still a nice ride to the downside, 168 to 163. There have been some bounces along the way that we have taken advantage of. Let's look at a smaller time frame chart for that. Okay, so on the left hand chart here, I'll pull this in for a second. It is this is approximately equivalent to the 377 tick chart is approximately equivalent to the 21-minute chart, and you can see how many days it goes back. And this is either, you can just play these wide swings and walk away for 7 to 10 days on the move up here and the move down here, or you can play all these little ones here if you're a day trader. And I just wanted to show you that and show you that even this, like this, let me scrunch it up a little bit. Well, this move down here is off the chart on this smaller chart is the 55 tick chart. And let me see if I can move this up. Alright, right in there. Okay, so all of this tick chart is just this move on the downside. So you got that squared away. That's like the last 10 days of trading. Okay, now we're going to expand that, and I want to show you. So on the 377, it was a down on the second wave. It was a down move all the way into October 12th. Okay, so here we go back from 9:30 to 10:12. Now there is a possibility we can play. Let me just show you what these waves look like. And yes, you can play these if you're a day trader and you want me to call out shots all day long, as to you the subscriber, then I can do that. But I kind of like just a little bit more relaxing to take advantage of 1 to 2 moves a day. So like this one up here for 164 up to this major Triton wave, 164.20, and you can basically walk away from 9 o'clock in the morning until 11. You can walk away for 2 hours. You don't have to stand over it all the time. We're looking at the second wave here. Again, this was all on the downside up until the 12th right here. So on the 12th, when this is starting to look on the upside, or the second wave is starting to creep above zero, right in here, then I start looking for things on the shorter term waves, which are a 55 tick chart for a move to the upside, and that's why I put this yellow arrow here and sent that alert out at 163.27, and that was good for a point and a half. I pointed that out in shorter videos during the week. So then I had these 2 arrows up here because I got a signal right here in wave number 2, and the second wave in number 2, and that's where these arrows come in here. And we rode that down just about into here. So 163.20, so about 10 ticks from the bottom. Now, this actually gave a long signal, but it didn't. It was like a short, sharp shot. Did I say that right? From 164 up to 164.10. One of the reasons why I wanted to point this out was because even if we took this, which I didn't, because this was still, I didn't like the way this was looking on the downside, this third wave, and this is one of my anchors here, and this is one of my anchors here on this chart. But I wanted to point out that these waves are succeedingly lower and lower. The tops of them are lower and lower, as these are higher and higher. So when it hit this overhang on the 55 tick chart of the major Triton wave, this light blue wave, that was a signal to get out and to get prepared to go down again. Okay, so what is this? What's going on here on the 377, which is a longer term chart, is that this came back up and hit the minor Triton wave, and then this started to go below zero. So this is a short signal to me. Now, right now we're down 3 ticks, and it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday night, Monday morning, and it was up 63.13, and now it's 163.04. So it's got about a 9-point range. But I'm looking for more downside, and as I said before, my target is still 161.17. Now, once we get to 161.17, and we should see some kind of a bounce, but I will definitely send out all subscriber alerts of when to get in, when to get out. Alright, let's look at the ES. ES space pound F on eSignal. Continuous chart of the S&P Mini. And I noted in a couple, during the week, that the 21 had crossed the 55 EMA, and it also broke this. We had signals on the shorter term waves that this was going to break, and it did break The flag is broken. I expected a move up, back up into this area where it crossed, and we got it, and had another short signal, and it looks like minimum that it wants to challenge 2100. Now, this is like, this goes back to February 11th, 2016. So, in the previous part of this trend line was on 627, and that broke. So, we have a break of the 2155. We have a break of the triangle of the flag, and we have a move back up to where, in this candle right here on Friday, a move back up to where it crossed. That is an all-out sell signal. And we also have the 21. Oh, this is, I'm sorry. All right, this is the 233. That's kind of neutral right there. Well, it's also after hours, but let's look at the 21. 21-minute is still, all this is still down. It's been down, the wave has been down for the last month and a half, 2 months. And it doesn't matter what these short-term things are doing, there's just not enough volume to keep this up. That's what this is telling me. There's not enough tick volume to keep it up. So on the very short term, the 233 tick, which I use, those are minus, a little bit neutral there, a little bit plus there, and the anchor is minus. So to get back to the daily, if this does not hold, and I don't think it is going to hold, 2100, then we could see 2057.35 very quickly. And that would be about a 1-2, let me check this out. I'm thinking a 1272 extension of this move here. Might be a little bit more. Let's do a fib. It's between a 1272 and a 1618. Okay, so the most spectacular thing that happened in the last few days, which I put out in the videos during the week, was this move from on the 12th, on Wednesday to Thursday, and then to Friday. And this was a sell buy and a sell for. It was 37 handles in 24 hours. And you can go back and look at the videos. Just look on YouTube, Google Rodney Julian, and you will find the one for October 12th. This also, the same wave gave me a signal, let me see, at 10:01 in the morning that run was also over. So a slightly smaller time frame here, well, actually longer time frame. This is a 377. This is a 610, but you can see that they have similar patterns. And now since I got this, I got the sell signal on the 377 and the 610, and now this is positive 0.10 on the second wave. Now it's going to be, this is a slower wave than this is, because this is like the time is slower. Well, the wave is slower because it's a larger time frame. It's 610 instead of 377. When this goes below zero, then that's when the daily, this daily move, well, that's not the daily. Let me see. That's when this daily move will start kicking in even lower. But in the meantime, when there's chop, sideways chop, you can take full advantage of it. So, for example, that 37-point move, it just looks like if you got in here, it would just, if you just held on to it, it would be a down, 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 up. You might get killed and shorted out. But if you follow the shorter time frame and the signals that are generated from these Triton waves, when that goes below zero, I will alert you. In the meantime, the very short ones, like the 21 tick that I'm following, they're kind of all over the place, and they're starting to give a little bit heads up that it might be wanting to move up, you know, like 4 or 5 points. So that's what I've been looking at tonight. Definitely big trend down, little trend, you might be able to catch 3 or 4 points on the upside. Into, you know, like right, well, let me see here. Not more than 21, 24, unless it just catches fire during the night and we do 21, 28. That would, but that's also, even though it's going up, it's going to generate this wave below zero, because this is, it's like moving, it's like trying to move a whale in the water. It's not going to move. It's just going to keep moving in that direction. So this is going to go down while the short term is signaling up just very slightly. That's the time to get in right in here. And I will send you out alerts. Have a good evening and good trading. Again, just as a reminder, this is Triton Wave Consulting. I'll leave this up for you to read. The short-term videos, no, I don't mean short-term, the shorter videos that I do during the week, like 5 to 7 minutes, I post on Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube. If you would like to become a subscriber, please get in touch with me, Rodney at TritonWaveGuide.com. Have a good evening and great trading.